All right, we are back. Today we're gonna kind of just do a high-level overview of the stunt side of things and insurances for a shoot that requires performance capture on green screen, and they're rigged up at multiple pick points, which are points of contact in which the wires are rigging them to a truss apparatus. So. Essentially, this is all for a trailer submission. It's a proof of concept for a screenplay I'm making and been doing a series on. You can check it out. But here we go, kind of as going to give you like an overview of what is required of a live action shoot. Yeah, so the whole film, yeah, check out the series and whatnot, but it is a sci-fi, jetpacking, high flying, scene, and we'll go over some of the scenes. We can do that right now. So if you look here, here is what I'm giving, or for starters, what the starting thing is for stunt coordinators and anybody involved, either performers or my rigger had another version of this. So it goes the rigger, the actual coordinator. Well, rigger's at the top. Coordinator kind of sees over some things and is essentially a grip or extra set of hands who's totally professional, and then you actually have your performers. So here are all the type shots we're hoping to get in a 2-day shoot in studio. So a walk to leap, right? Some sort of falling, and you can imagine like how this works, and floating them above the ground. They can spin on a couple different axes, right? With a spreader bar over top with two pick points going down, and then it goes up to a swivel pulley. Up top is a classic setup for a single actor. We're not going to have any more than two actors at a given time, so leap to jump. You can imagine you got people with hand pulls at the base of a 3x1 pulley system, or even 2x1 pulley system. Centripetal forces, right? It's all physics. You pull and or jump off of something depending on the attachment of pulleys from lower down to up, tied up above, usually with a sling device. One great channel, if this is at all interesting, who I've been looking at and really studying everything he says. I've bought his equipment, spreader bars and whatnot. Is James Bomelek. He's a Germany, I think he's a US dude, but he lives in Germany, works on some big projects. And you can kind of see here, but he has a YouTube channel called, his company's called Action Tech. Highly recommended. I've gone back and forth on email with him. Very cool guy. Older gentleman who's just super knowledgeable and values being ultra conservative with this, because there's a wild risk element if done improperly or not thought through. So you could see, okay, we got floating, and you can imagine what kind of a lot of these shots look like, right? So you kind of get the idea, but these are all going to be captured on green screen and then modified after the point. So, and then just dealing with the insurance, everything's being distributed through wrap book, mentioning things like the height exposure, excess liability. We need workers' comp and whatnot. Kind of briefing some brokers to get this done today. This particular broker's a Hollywood guy, going back and forth with a number of different people to just get this dialed and get the actual maximum damage threshold met for the studio, as well as comfortable amount for the riggers and whatnot, that they are that everybody's covered, and it's just super conservative and dialed. So quick one today, but yeah, interesting stuff to kind of go through and see these shots and try to just bang them out. We're not going to have any more than two performers at a given time, But my kind of expertise, what I'm well, not expertise, well, it's I'm fairly damn good at it, is going to be the compositing and the editing. So we could get, even if it is just one performer, and then capture another performer individually. The shot can then be composited together, right? And then the background come in. Um, so, a little extra man hours, but we're never going to have more than two people, or else it just gets to be too much. But yeah, stick around the channel for additional kind of, we'll dive deeper into some of the stuff. The behind the scenes for the shoot will be super, super cool. It's kind of one of the videos I'm most excited to put out because this experience, I love the physics and live aspect of a lot of this. So yep, stay tuned, and we will be back at it tomorrow. Good stuff. All the best.